les gusta que nos estemos juntando, porque todos los días vamos ganando. No quieren que los latinos anden despertando. Abre los ojos para ver lo que está pasando. No les gusta que nos estemos juntando, porque todos los días vamos ganando. No quieren que los latinos anden despertando. Abre los ojos para ver lo que está pasando. Abre los ojos y libra la mente. Pa' la verdad se mira sediente. Todos los días noticias te mienten. Políticos controlan cómo te sientes, pero no va a pasar tan fácilmente, porque muchos peleamos por nuestra gente. Un punto de vista que está diferente y lo voy a explicar más claramente.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Latino Free Minds. Christian, how you doing, man?
Good, Gio. How about you, man? How's it going over there? Is it hot? I know it's hot out here.
It's freaking burning up. I had my hat on, but I had to take it off because the air conditioner had to be turned on. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I think it got to 78 out here in the Bay Area.
Oh, wow.
That's
Man.
a heat wave for me, man. I'm hot.
78? Man, talk about terrible day for you. We are dealing with 93 today.
Oh my God. Well, that's just why I like them to tax me so
Yeah,
much.
see,
For the weather.
I'm sweating. No, I just came out the shower because I was sweating. It was
Yeah.
hot. It was hot.
It's hot, dude.
I took the kids to practice, and man, it was a rough one.
Too much movement.
Yeah. Anyways.
So what do we got going on today, Gio?
Well, I'm just making an adjustment here because the producers are in my ear about something. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You know what? Christian, so we have a guest today.
Ooh.
And we've all been pretty excited about this one.
Is it Steve Hilton?
Shit,
No?
I wish. No. You know what? There's no holding back. If you're a politician, buckle up. Because our guest today is here to rip the nonsense to shreds. No fluff, no fear. He's taken a flamethrower to the hypocrisy. I gotta pause, man. I've been watching his videos, and this guy that we're bringing on, he knows his stuff, and I swear, he's not only is he funny, but he is harsh, man.
He's right.
Yeah, my feelings get hurt a little bit. If my name was Lindsey Graham.
Soft.
Oh, Jesus. I'm glad my name's not Lindsey. But he's raw, he's real, and you know what? Nobody's safe. Probably not even me and Christian. So get ready for Bobby Sausalito.
Ooh.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, Bobby? How you doing?
I
Yo,
am
yo,
very
yo.
well. How are you guys doing?
A little bit scared.
Why?
Look, I might say the wrong thing, and you might just tear me up.
I might, dude. If you wanna send American troops to die for Lindsey Graham's little pet project, or if you like getting your brown eye invaded by MAGA shills, then yeah, perhaps I will.
No, I guess lucky for me,
Put your notes away, Gio.
I have recently apparently changed teams because a lot of things I am not in support with.
Good.
So, thank God.
Yeah,
Woo.
it's garbage out there. It's there's a bunch of demons. There's a bunch of people that were right-wing people that I agree with on probably the vast majority of things, yet they can't shut up about this one very specific thing. They can't acknowledge that Trump is doing anything wrong. They're pretending like we are somehow the enemy now, and we were never in support of anything that happened up until this point, and they're just pretending like we're somehow the enemy. And it's like, or you guys could just stop meat riding the admin and admit that these things are wrong, and then maybe they actually would change something before the midterms, when we're going to get absolutely smoked because they keep ostracizing people that have been in support of them this entire time. So they're digging their own grave, and it's sad to see because it doesn't have to be this way. If they just did the things they said they were going to do, It wouldn't be like this. But instead, they got Lindsey Graham in there. He's chirping him. You got the Epstein people walking around in the White House, and we live in hell. So all I could do is laugh at it. Otherwise, I would cry.
That's an absolute. That's an earful, and very good points. I want to start out with. I don't know if I should start out with Lindsey Graham, or if I should start out by. I mean, one, I agree with you, but calling out the MAGA crowd, and up until a few months ago, I would have considered myself part of the MAGA crowd, until things went to a point where I was like, wait a minute, we didn't vote for we didn't vote for this. At first, I was kind of arguing like, yeah, we did vote to get rid of all the criminals, the illegal criminals. And I always, if you've seen any of our videos, I'm the one that always advocates for illegals, and not necessarily to bring in new illegals, but to fix the immigration, get some immigration reform in. And, I always say not everybody can stay. There's got to be a process. A lot of people came in. A lot of people are upset. I get it. But then there's also been people that have been here for a long time. There's people that are stuck in DACA limbo. There's all these little things going on, like this new DACA project that has come out of Florida. I can't remember the name of it, but essentially they want to give DACA a path to citizenship after about 10 years, and everybody that is here illegally pre-2020 will get a path to what is essentially right now DACA. Like you get to stay here legally, but you're not legally a resident. And then they want to build. Get this, Bobby. I don't know if I've heard of this bill, but they want to build these centers across the southern border. They want to build 3 of them. It's called the Dignity Act. They want to build 3 centers. They call them humanitarian campuses across the southern border, and they're for faster processing of the asylum seekers. And the way I look at it, I'm like, okay, so we're building like little Ellis Islands across the southern border to let these asylum seekers in.
Uh-huh.
And not only that, they want to build centers in Central America, South America, to help process the asylum seekers in. And it's like, wait a minute, I thought we were trying to like cut that out right now. Like, I thought we were like at 15 a year is the last number I saw. Numbers are way down. Like, we are not letting people in, allegedly. But then this bill comes through, and there's a few people backing it, and I'm just like, look, first of all, this is stupid. Like, it's like a bill to allow asylum seekers to stay here, but the ones that came in under Biden are going to get kicked out, and it's just a mess of a bill. And I know that's definitely what nobody voted for. So I had that part of it. And then these wars started, and I'm like, I'm not down with this. And everybody's like, no, yeah, we got to be on Venezuela's happy. And I'm like, okay. On that one, I was kind of just like, well, I don't like that we did that, but at least it was overnight and we're done. Like, nobody got hurt on our side. And then we went into Iran, and I'm like, hold on, guys, what the heck? What's going on here? But we're all supposed to be like, yeah, no, we're happy for this one because Iran, they killed 30,000 people in the last 30 days. And I'm like, yeah, but I didn't want war. And this wasn't even overnight. We're still there. And now Americans have died. So, yeah, it's been a wild ride. And I'm not happy with it either, Bobby.
Yeah, well, the problem, the mass deportations, which is what we were promised, that is not going to happen. The stuff that was going on in Minneapolis, they heel turned and ran from there. So they said that the deportation process was gone. It's like, if you look at the actual amount of people that they actually deported, I'm pretty sure it was in the hundreds of thousands, when there's probably 10 plus, if not 20 plus million people that are here illegally. But aside from all that, Trump said in his own words, he's like, oh, we got to pull back on the deportations. These are good people, or whatever other stuff. And it's like, dude, you said that you said you were going to get them out. You said that you were going to do mass deportations. You said it was going to be the largest mass deportation effort in American history. And it's not. It's lower than Obama. It's lower than any of the others. He just didn't do it. And now they're pretending like, oh, well, it's not a big. No, like, this is like one of a multitude of different issues that he said a very specific thing, campaigned on that very specific thing,
Yep.
and then did the opposite of that very specific, literally exact thing. And he's done this now on issue after issue after issue, and people are just pretending that it's not real, or they're jumping through their ass to come up with some excuse as to why it's okay now. And it's like, oh, because some idiot like attacked was getting involved into a police altercation because some other idiot drove her car in between like that. Now you stop this thing that everybody voted for because two idiots inserted themselves in a situation that no other rational, normal human person would have done. What the hell is that?
They're idiots, and I don't understand the side that is out there arguing with ICE, fighting ICE. See, it's funny, Bob, because I just admitted to you that I kind of advocate for illegals, but I think it's so stupid that these people are out there protesting ICE. Like, that's their job. They see the worst stuff every single day. Oh, not every day, but they see the worst things. Like, they see trafficking, they see child pornography, they see child trafficking, they see the drugs, they see the worst things, and they're always on guard. And here comes these idiots parking their car in between their operation, and I don't know what ICE is trained to do. But I can't imagine that they're trained to be out there like your normal police officers, dealing with traffic, like people in the way. And then this is happening in blue states, blue cities, where the police are told to stand down, don't get involved. So it's almost set up to where ICE has to get out of that situation, and I feel like maybe they're not set up to do that. So
how could they not be set up to do it? They got the largest amount of funding of any sector of government like ever. The ICE budget is bigger than the military budget of half the countries of the world. So what do they not have? They have all the money, all the support, all the resources of everybody. They had a mandate at the election of all these people that voted for this as a critical campaign point. And then they got the big, beautiful, big garbage inflation bill, and they got a shitload of money. And they had all of it, and then you appoint Kristi Noem, who is a complete idiot. Any person that saw Kristi Noem speak, I saw her speak in Tampa like 8 months ago. This lady is not even close to capable of doing anything. How she was the governor of South Dakota is laughable. Probably because there's 7 people there, a cow, and like a couple of trees. But she's not capable of doing that. It's complete bullshit. And then she spends all this money riding a horse in a cowboy hat with full glam on, and that's where the money gets spent. It's like they have the resources, they have the support of the people, but on top of all that, if Donald Trump is playing 800-dimensional chess and he's time traveling from the future, how come he couldn't understand that if you're trying to get 20 million, 30 million people out of the country, that there's not going to be a couple people that get fucking hurt? There's not going to be a couple people that get injured. There's not a couple people that are going to end up getting shot if they interfere with the police. This was baked into the cake. And if you just said, hey, they're going to blow this up on CNN. They're going to blow this up on MSNBC. Well, I thought those were fake news anyways. Since when did we start caring about them? Now we take our marching orders from fucking MS Now. Sorry for swearing. From MS Now. It's like, dude, it is one of a multitude of complete heel turn lies. That's what it is. It's a lie. Yeah, it's not a thing. It's not the conditions change. It is a flat out lie, a campaign promise that turned into a blatant lie. That you got all the money, all the support, had the mandate, ran on it, everybody voted for it, and then within a couple of months, you can do a complete heel turn and pull out and then pretend like we are black pillars are bad or stupid or not real MAGA because Mark Levin is real MAGA and Lindsey Graham is real MAGA. And you know what's really important, guys? What's really important is that we go to Venezuela and save the Venezuelans. And it's, you know what else is really important? That we go to Iran and save the Iranians. But we can't even save our own American citizens from getting murdered by these illegal immigrants in our own cities and states. We can't even figure out how to do that. And they got all the money in the world. And then everybody just jumps through their ass with excuses for why this is okay. Oh, well, it's bad. It looks bad on TV. Who gives a shit? The objective was to save more people's lives. And if you're going to have bad things that happen on TV, they're going to do that anyways. And if it's not this, then it's going to be the next thing. So the fact that we're spending $1 billion something a day over in Iran and not spending $1 billion a day to figure this out here is insane. So it's just like, it's one of a multitude of lies that we were sold on in the campaign. And the fact that they're not even the fact that they're pretending like it's not happening and suggesting that we are somehow bad for knowing this and seeing this, it's like, you're going to get smoked in the midterms and you're going to deserve it. And I'm not going to, and I'm not going to cry one wink about it, because that's what you deserve. You lied. Right. You guys aren't doing it. And you suck now. And Mark Levin sucks. And Lindsey Graham sucks. And all of these neocon warmonger pigs are all demons. And fuck those people. And fuck Howard Lutnick, who was in the Epstein files and lied, quite frankly, directly to everybody's face. He was friends with this guy. He said he's a piece of shit. This guy runs commerce for the entire country. It's like we are living in a clown world. And now, like, oh, you're not real MAGA because you don't want to circle jerk with Lindsey Graham and Dan Bongino. Like, fuck you. Like, seriously, fuck you. Yeah, anyways.
No, yeah, it's real disheartening. You know, you seeing. I mean, did we get out of? Is ICE out of Minnesota completely?
They basically said that they were stopping the mass deportation there. Yes.
Well, you know, you see all the stuff Nick Shirley did out there. Now he's out here in California, and it's like, for what? Who's going to get in trouble for this? So, you know, I'm seeing guys pulling out of, you know, motel lots that, you know, addresses put on for hospice or whatever. I don't even know what I'm looking at anymore, man. But it's like, what are we going to do about it? What are they going to do about it?
They're not going to do anything. That's the whole point. They're not going to do anything with that Minnesota fraud. The best thing that they did, the little bit of red meat they gave us, oh, we're going to arrest Don Lemon. Oh, wow, Don Lemon, that's so incredible. And now they're talking about the FBI investigating Joe Kent, who did 11 tours overseas, is a decorated war veteran, was in the National Intelligence. Oh, and now they want to investigate this guy. You know who they're not investigating? Anybody on the Epstein files. So Les Wexner's not getting investigated, but Joe Kent is getting investigated. This is a fucking clown show. And the fact that people think that me or anybody else that, I don't know, has a half a brain that looks at this shit is like, oh, you're a black pill doomer. No, you're a meat rider. You're an admin meat rider, and you should be embarrassed of yourself. And congratulations, you go to the fucking gala and jerk Trump off and talk about how funny he is as he's posting these hype videos on Truth Social and bullshitting everybody and pretending like Mark Levin is the moniker of a MAGA, of an America First guy. This guy is a old, miserable demon that clearly cares about another country over our own. And this guy is supposedly like the poster child of MAGA. If that's MAGA, I don't want anything to do with MAGA. These people are full of total shit. And the only people that are in there, the only people that really unequivocally support the admin fall in one of three categories. One, they're being paid directly or indirectly through access or actual cash to support the administration. That's category one. Category number two is people that completely care about one country and one country only that is not America, and you know what that country is. And the third person is a complete Fox News boomer slop digester that would do anything to just watch what's on Fox News and yell at the fucking moon because they don't even know what the hell is going on. That is the three categories of people that support the admin unequivocally, and everybody else is a black pill doomer. It's like a hilarious, laughable clown show.
We don't talk about our greatest allies.
Yeah. So greatest ally.
He's Bobby. No, man, I agree with you, Bobby. I mean, there's a couple potholes down my own street that I'm worried about. That's on the higher list than invading Cuba. So
yeah. Oh, Cuba's the next one. Oh my God, I keep seeing people talking about it, and I'm just like, oh God, I'm not looking forward to the weekend because we're gonna wake up on Saturday morning and find out that there was an overnight operation in Cuba. It's fucking it is ridiculous, and these are the things we didn't vote for.
Correct.
We didn't want war, man.
That's right.
When we backed Trump, it was like, hey, he is the Nor Wars guy. The whole first presidency, there were some operations, but that was to go in with ISIS, and I was okay with that. Venezuela, I was like, dang, man, I've heard so many things about Maduro though, and then Iran, I'm just like, oh my God.
Well, it's so hard to hear his speeches from like 4-6 years ago. You know, I think just today I heard a snippet of when he said, oh man, if it were up to Lindsey Graham, he'd be in the Middle East for 1,000 years.
Yes.
I thought him and
Bobby-
Lindsey Graham weren't. I thought
Bobby,
I
what
thought they didn't
changed?
like each other.
Well, here's the other, you say 6 years ago. How about speeches that he gave 13 months ago?
I was going to say last year.
How about speeches that he gave right
got
before
me.
the election? How about
Yeah.
speeches that he gave after the election? Like
Right.
we're not talking. This is not like ancient history, like the Earth and Moon shifted. We're talking about like not that long ago, like a year ago, right now. He's like, nah, we're not gonna do. And here's the other thing, and this is how you know. This is how you know that everybody is just completely full of shit. Oh, it's not a war. Oh, it's gonna be 4 days, 4 days, 4 weeks. Oh, it's gonna be 4 months. Oh, maybe it'll be there till
Slow the
September.
spread.
It's like what is a war then? What is a war? We drop bombs, they shoot bombs at us. What the fuck is a war then? If this isn't a war, you tell me what a fucking war is. People are dying, bombs are being dropped. We are over there. We haven't invaded on the ground yet, as far as we know. But it's highly probable to think that we have some other surrogate or whatever on the ground there already. I wouldn't be surprised if there was boots on the ground there already. If you were the president and the slogan that you kept saying, and you were in the Department of War, and the slogan you kept saying is, "Oh, we don't want to put boots on the ground." How would you achieve boots on the ground without putting boots on the ground? You would just hire somebody with some black budget. You would hire some mercenaries or some other team that wasn't a government affiliated operative. It's like, have we not seen a movie before? Haven't you guys seen a movie? How do you execute an enemy when the military can't do it? They just hire some squad to do it, some black budget squad to do it. I wouldn't be surprised if we're already on there as it is.
Not our government, Bobby.
Yeah, of course.
We didn't go into Ukraine. What are you talking about?
Yeah. So it is just like a laughable just like joke, and it's just it's mad funny because you go online and it's just like Dan Bongino is the person that says how stupid we are, and it's like every person that I hate always has like always hates the people that are the most based and the most truthful and the most honest. It's like Joe Kent comes out and says X, and it's like every person that I hate is like F Joe Kent, and every person that I don't hate is like, hey, this guy did a bunch of tours overseas, like maybe we should listen to what he has to say. And I reposted this tweet earlier today or maybe last night where it's like, I don't know much about Joe Kent, but I know that he pissed off all the people that I hate the most. And it's just like, yes. So
I like
Bobby,
that.
it's like maybe he's good then.
Bobby, I gotta ask,
Yeah.
how were you last January when he was inaugurated?
How was I?
I mean, were you on the side of I'm looking forward to this, or were you like?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. We all were. I mean, my track record is more than clear. I've got over 3,000 videos. Many of them were in support of Trump running again and saying that he should win the election. I supported him all the way through. There was not a real major turn, in my opinion, about Trump, because I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. But when it really turned me was when he came out and he said that if you still want the Epstein files, then you are not my supporters. I do not want your support. And it's like, all right, you rat fuck. You came out here and all you guys said that you were going to come after this. And people want to pretend like this shit doesn't matter. They're like, oh, most of the country doesn't care about the Epstein files. It's like, hey, newsflash, asshole. Last time I checked, it's kind of important if you run a campaign on a guy that was a multi-decade child sex trafficker, literal demon that was associated with the most powerful people in the entire world, connected with the banking organizations, the people that are in power now, international bodies, people that run corporations, people that objectively run the world that we all knew about for many years before he even got arrested, and then mysteriously died, which makes total sense. And then you ran on it multiple times about how you were going to take this guy and hold him to task. And then you say, after you get in office, you're going to hold him to task and more stuff is going to come out. And then mysteriously one day, you just decide that it doesn't matter anymore. Okay, well, it seems to me like this is far more important than anybody that most people are seeming to give credit for it. And it's like, yeah, this is kind of important. You let people get away with the most heinous crimes imaginable and then walk in the halls of power and run run departments and run organizations and be billionaires and have all these connections. If people see that they got away with that, you tell me they're not going to just do it again and be a little bit smarter about it, maybe not email each other about it? Of course.
So Bobby, the Dow's up 3,000 points.
Yeah, and the Dow's down from when she even said that. Yeah, but like the point is that like that was the point that really like turned me. And then once it's kind of like, it's almost like if you It's almost like if you were dating a person and they cheated on you. And it's like after they cheat on you, you start to take a look at every other thing that they did that maybe you were like, well, that's not really a big deal. And you're like, wait a second, they've been screwing me all along. They've been showing
lying to me.
They've been showing me all of these things. So it's like I literally will watch his speech and he will say one thing and then in the exact same speech say something that is diametrically opposed to the thing he just said 5 minutes ago. The guy is a habitual liar and you can't deny it. And it's just you have to do a lot of mental gymnastics to pretend like everything is good. The economy is not the best it's ever been. It's not even better than it was under Biden. The GDP growth is slower than Biden's slowest quarter. So it's like it's a complete fabrication fallacy, and everybody that's just sitting here just cranking their hog to this dude like he's the second coming and just not admitting that he's lying or all the campaign promises that he flopped on. Like you live in a delusional reality. And not only that, you're not just sitting here saying, hey, he's great and everything he's doing is good. You're saying we are bad for noticing it. It's one thing to say he's great and come up with excuses for that. It's an entirely different thing to say you're a piece of shit for seeing it. And that is what they're doing. It's like, you shouldn't listen to them. It's like,
why are you bringing it up?
Yeah. It's like, okay, you rat. I don't know.
He is, now looking back, it's funny because I go to the gym, I'm working out with my best friend, and he's been telling me for the longest, like, man, how is it that this is going on or that's going on? I'm just like, nah, it's going to come around. It's going to come around. He's doing, he's working it. And then I'm just like, man, you know what? We're at a point now where it never came around. I guess he wasn't working it. He's been working us. And I'm just seeing it now. And he's played us. We got him in here for the second term, and then he turned around and went full on Blue Star on us. And I'm like, dude, we're supposed to be America first, which I guess we can't say now. We can't say America first now. Because, the GOP's taking that away, just like we're not allowed to say Christ is king. I'm like, come on, man. You're not only going to lie to me and toss me out to the side and say that I'm a rhino Republican, but you're also, you're going to take away my God. I can't be Christian now. Come on. It's a bunch of bull.
Well, they are. I would not be surprised how much worse it could get and how many more things they will just completely heel turn on and pretend are not happening. And it really just portends a bad future. And the fact that people are watching things that are happening directly in front of their face that are completely opposite of what they said and still not having a problem with it. It's like, so what do they need to do to get you to question them? Like what other things need to occur before like you'll stop just like absolutely deep throating everything that they say and taking it as fact? How bad does it have to get? And it's like the midterms are going to be the real wake up call, because it's going to be hilarious watching them blame Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens and black pillars and all this other shit.
The fracture.
Yeah, they're gonna blame everybody but themselves and not acknowledge anything, and they're gonna try to other the large cohort of people that were in support of them, and they're gonna drive people back into the left, which is like, it's like, imagine how bad you have to get to have people choose absolute garbage. Like all the right has to do is be slightly better than absolute dog shit, and they can't even do that. It's one thing to make all these big promises and then not do them at all. But like you're not even doing a little bit of them. It's like you could have just, if you were going to go to war, you could have expressed why you were going to war. You could have justified it. You could have given a timeline or a target or an objective or anything else. But to just lie about it while we're all in debt, to not even reason with us, but say, if you say that this is bad or different than what it was, then you're the bad guy. You're the black pillar. You hate Israel or whatever you hate. It's like you're not even trying to convince us that you slapping us in the face is for our best interest. They're just like, nope, you're stupid. It's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, exactly. One of my producers was talking about the California GOP and their America First. They sent out this Nazi memo about, what are these kids called now? The Groypers. I don't even know. I don't even really know what this thing is. This Nick Fuentes
Do you
movement
know the
going on.
Groypers, dude?
Nick
No.
Fuentes is a podcaster, and his
Oh, no, I know who he is, and I've
Yeah,
seen
so
his show a couple times. Because
all right,
you know,
you said you didn't know what it was.
no. But like, when they say the Groypers, I'm like, what is that? Like, is that
It's his audience.
That's what he calls them?
Yeah, it's his audience. That's the nickname they gave his audience.
That's weird. Anyways, what I don't understand is so I've tuned into the show a couple times because they say it's so bad. You know, he's on with Tucker, and I'm watching, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, what's supposed to be triggering me here? Like, I don't like his show, but he's not lying, you know. And he was going after Candace a lot at the time, and I was like, this is kind of boring. Like, you know, this little war between Fuentes and Candace, I can't keep up with this. But then this letter goes out, and it's like, okay, there's this far right wing movement of Nazi culture and Groypers, and I'm just like, they really put this memo out? Like, this is stupid. That you know that they want to vet everybody coming into the California GOP. And then on top of that, now Ted Cruz is coming to California to give the big speech at the convention. And I'm just like, man, are we not losers enough here in California? Like the whole GOP in the United States, they treat us like crap already. They don't give us any money here. We can't win anything here in California. It's not that the supermajority Democrats, you know, it's not like everybody loves them. People are tired of them. It's just that the Republicans don't invest any money here. So here we are going further down this path of like, nah, everything's good. We're gonna keep going with what the rest of the Republican Party is doing nationally. But meanwhile, here, you know, it's like, come on, guys, why don't we do something different here? They don't give a shit about us out there. You know, if I say it all the time, if California fell off, it cut off into the ocean, earthquake, and disappeared, every other Republican would just be like, you know, thoughts and prayers. But here in California, we're like, come on, man, like we're sick and tired of losing. We're sick and tired of like getting screwed over by the Democrats, taxes going up, and the only hope is supposed to be the Republicans. And you know what? Like, let them do what they're doing over there. Like, let Lindsey Graham handle what's going on out there and drive them into hell. But why don't we do something at least good here? Like, if you're not part of the party over there, like, you know what I mean by not part of the party, like they didn't invite us to the party, then why don't we turn the Republican Party into something different here? Because they're not giving us no money. Come on, let's be honest. I don't know. It's just a little rant that I had.
Dude, if you can't get the party that's supposed to represent you to meaningfully pursue kid diddlers, what fucking hope is there for to help a state? Like, what the fuck? That's the whole point, dude. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the whole point. It's right. Like, if you can't do the most obvious shit, then how could we expect them to do the things that would be normal? It's like, if they won't do something that is that blatant, again, it is an indicator of all other behaviors. How you do anything is how you do everything. And if you just take the most obvious thing that you said you were going to do and just don't do it, well, then you're not going to do anything. And a lot of the problems that California has a lot to do with the citizenship that happened as a result of that state welcoming all those people in and allowing them to vote.
Yeah.
So the mass deportations, at the very least, can help to prevent that from happening in the remainder of the country. Like, you should be a citizen that shows an ID to vote. And then these liars, they come out and they say, we need to pass the SAVE Act. This is the act that's going to save America. Hey, prick, how come you didn't pass the SAVE Act as the first bill in then? If the whole voting thing was the security of the whole country, why wasn't that the first bill that crossed? Why are you bringing it up now when you have no support? Because they're full of shit. Because they don't care. Because they're fucking liars.
Yep.
If it was going to save America and you waited until you blew up 2 other countries, got us into a war, the economy was dog shit, and inflation is continuing to be shit, and the price of a barrel of oil is $100, how important was it then? But no, but you could pass all these bills to make sure. What was a big priority at the beginning of the beginning of the term? Let's think about it. Kicking out the people on college campuses that dared to protest our greatest ally. Kicking out the professors and the administration at the Ivy League universities that dared to say that, hey, maybe people in Palestine shouldn't be murdered. Oh, we made sure we got them. We made sure that we didn't let people into the country that disagree with the foreign government. Those people get their green cards revoked. They get kicked out of the country. That was important. That was very important, in fact. They made sure to prioritize that. You couldn't have addressed that now. You could have maybe fixed the thing that's going to save America. You could have done that first and worried about some fucking professor at Columbia that says that doesn't believe that they should meddle in some type of student protest of a 20-year-old kid that was like drunk yesterday yelling at another 20-year-old kid that was also drunk yesterday about this thing that happens to be a hyperbolic multi-decade blood feud halfway across the world that's got nothing to do with nothing. But we got to make sure that we kick those people out and we take their funding away. I'm going to prioritize taking funding away from an Ivy League school when the bill that could save America is not going to get addressed until 11 months from now. Help me make sense of that. It's like they're completely full of shit. And the going statement at the very beginning was, give Trump time to cook. The time to cook is up, dude. Like, not only did you have the time to cook, we saw the things that you did. The words don't matter. It's the actions. We saw what you prioritized. We saw who you prioritized. We see who you surround yourself with. We see how you're willing to complete heel turn and smear the people that supported you all along, like Marjorie Taylor Greene, for example. Oh, he's an enemy. Tucker Carlson's in the White House 5 weeks ago. Tucker is not MAGA, but Mark Levin is fucking MAGA. Like, please, it is like they're making it too easy to be incensed by what's happening. It's so obvious, but we are the bad ones for seeing it. But don't worry, guys. We need to rally together to save America. The SAVE Act, even if they passed it, ain't going to save the midterms at all. They're not even probably going to be able to do it because when they had all the support, when they had all the steam, when they had the momentum, when they had the gas for the most important bill ever to save America, they didn't prioritize it. They prioritized another fucking country and kicking people out and kicking people's green cards out because they had to check their social media to see if they posted about a foreign country. Like, give me a break. Like, these people are jokes, and noticing it is only the behavior of a rational, normal human being. And every other person, like I said, falls in the three categories that I alluded to before. Like, you're a complete meat rider of the admin, you're a Fox News boomer slop guzzler, or you're getting paid directly or indirectly to support them, or you're just like low IQ and you just don't want to be off the tribe. And it's not that everyone that disagrees with me is stupid. It's just that for you to pretend that that's not happening, for you to pretend that you can't see it, that is stupid. You may not be stupid, but don't pretend like I'm stupid for noticing what you're doing.
I think with those three points that you mentioned, I think you described a boomer. No, is that not a boomer?
Yes, and a lot of times it is. But a lot of people that follow me get really incensed when I say boomer because there's lots of boomers that are very based. Like my audience does tend to be 30 to 45, and there are people even older than that follow me. There's people in their 60s that follow me. So it's not boomers generally speaking. And boomer, to me, is more of a boomer is just a way of categorizing like a Fox News Hannity every night, like crank my bag because Lindsey Graham is coming on the show. Like that's what a Fox News boomer, like slop guzzler, is to me a boomer. It's not just boomers in general.
So Bobby, I'm gonna ask, what can we do to move the needle? How are we gonna fix it?
Everybody asks me that question all the time, and I've given the answer 50 billion times. The answer is very simple. You just don't shut up about acknowledging what is occurring. Look, there's only the only way that any of these people change is through public discourse, through public outrage. Because at the end of the day, people say voting doesn't matter. Okay, fine. If voting doesn't matter, then why do we even watch this shit? Why pay attention at all? If it doesn't matter, then why would you ever watch politics? Why would you even do that? Why would you look at it? I would just watch Netflix and I would play golf and I would go to the beach and I would
give me my king. Just give me a king.
Yeah, so I think that's bullshit. So it's like, okay, why do they do stuff? The only reason that they do things is because the noise is loud enough to jeopardize whether or not they could get reelected or whether or not they'll get the opportunities they want to succeed or grow in their career. So in the event that enough people were incensed about something and yelled about that thing, then those people would talk about them. If Thomas Massey was putting forward this thing to get the Epstein files out and not a soul chirped about it online, and
We're
nobody,
Massey. We're not allowed to like him. He's a Democrat. Trump
Right,
hates
of
him.
course.
He's got a guy in there to beat him.
Right. So the point is that if Massey didn't have any support from people retweeting his stuff, cheering him on, talking about it, making videos about it, going to his rallies, rallying other people to donate money so that he could compete against the like the Trump bootlicker like Zio plant that they're putting in there to run against him, the empty shell like crackly voiced guy with the tractor apparently who's supposedly so gray. How can Massey compete with him in his election unless people are talking about Massey, retweeting his videos, donating money to his campaign? People have donated to his campaign that have seen a video that I've made about him. So talking about it and addressing it, especially in real time, is how you gin up support for one issue or the next issue. So talking online, talking to your friends, posting videos, posting articles, posting Substacks, posting whatever you have to post, that is more impactful, I think, than walking down the street and carrying a picket sign. That's how it used to get done, but that's not how it needs to be done anymore. The modern day picket can happen while you're taking a shit. You can tweet about something or write something online and participate in the discourse. And if enough people talk about a thing and get loud about a thing and say, this candidate is bad, or this candidate is good, or this issue matters, or this issue does not, then they will bend to whatever that thing is. But if you can't convince people that something that is so obvious needs to be addressed, that's why things aren't getting done right now. The fact that all these people are saying that the black pillars are dividing the party, it's like, no. You guys are dividing the party. You guys are slowing down the ability for the right-wing movement to succeed by pretending that getting meat slapped in the face is okay because Donnie did it. If they actually if the split in the party was actually a full movement and they were like, yeah, the Epstein files thing is BS. Yeah, going to war is BS. Yeah, the mass deportation stopping is BS. If they stopped just meat riding Trump and everybody just unanimously agreed, and those polls that are 100,000% like Trump, if those polls were 5%, then they would change it. Yeah. We could actually make it better by not having support, but they blame us for dividing it. And it's like, no, you are retarding the process. You are impeding the ability for the party to be better and serve the people better by just meat riding anything that Trump does and pretending that it's all good and that he's not lying. And we actually are the people that would move the movement or whatever is left of it to where it was supposed to be, where they said it was going to be. We are the only ones that are MAGA. We're way more MAGA than they are because what they think MAGA is undying support for Trump no matter what he does. Trump could drop a hot brown in their mouth and they would say it tastes like chocolate milk, and that's the only thing that they care about is loyalty to him and pretending and living in a fantasy land. When in reality, the MAGA movement, the America First movement, everything that the campaign promised is now in the people that are supposedly dividing it. We're dividing it by trying to keep it to the promise that it originally was. And the leader of this pack, the leader of the not doing what he said is Trump himself.
You know, Bobby, I have a problem. I have a problem right here. You keep saying black pill. And I'm like, wait a minute. We took that red pill and woke up. Like, I used to consider myself like a liberal voter. And then I was like, wait a minute, man, this is a lot of bull, right? This is a lot of bullshit. Like, I'm done with this. These guys over here, I can't vote for a Hillary Clinton and all the crap she's done. And then I kind of enjoyed the first Trump presidency. There were some things that I was like, I don't like that, but for the most part, I'm good with this. Like this, we could do this again. And then the COVID happened. I was like, oh, this is bullshit. But I felt like that, the Democrats really shut us down and really messed it up. But then the second time around, I'm like, you know what? Like, hey, I'm fully awake, and I've been watching all the. I'm keen to catching bullshit now, because I had to catch it from the left side. Now here I am on the right side, and I feel like, hey, I'm still on this red pill, but we got a lot of these people on these retard pills now. It's just empty pills out there. And they're just little sheep, like following along, like you said. anything that Trump says, like, oh yeah, no, that's what we should pay a lot of money for gas right now. We need to because Iran needs it. Like, come on, you know, our greatest ally is who needs this war. We don't need it. We didn't need this. But you know,
I don't even think Iran is a real place. So
they're like the birds.
What does that mean?
yeah,
They're like birds. They're not real.
Yeah, they just tell me we're going, we're invading, and we're pulling out, and you know that's what Iran is to me. And like I said, there's a pothole up the street that I think we should take care of ASAP.
Yeah, well, there's open air slavery in Syria. Is that not worse than what do we liberate the whole planet? There's people that are starving in the Congo.
Yeah, who are these judges?
What's better? How do you determine who you save? There's people dying in America. So
Bobby, there's no choosing. There's 52 weekends in the year.
But it's like
we can wake up every Saturday to a new one.
Well, the point is that at what point do you realize that you can? Not only that, we're broke. We're almost $40 trillion in debt, and that's not including unfunded liabilities. Yeah. We got more debt than we know what to do with. That is untenable. That we can never get out of. So as bad as you might feel for insert country name, you can't. We're broke.
Well, what was the first? So what was the first thing? Because for me, when this second term, when it started, I was like, man, this is going great. Doge, they got rid of the red dye number, whatever the hell. You know, supposedly we're going to give out the Epstein files. They were working on it. Noam had it on her desk. It was like, man, this is good. Like,
then he started wearing the purple ties.
Yeah, we had the dream team allegedly.
Trump.
And then what was it? What was it that was like, wait a minute. Was it the empty binders for you?
No, I told you before when he came out and said, why are we still talking about the Epstein files? And he said, if you want the Epstein files, I don't want your support. And that was the last straw for me. And I was like,
okay. Still talking about this?
All right, but that's what he said.
It was the only straw, I think.
And then they sent Congress home.
You say that, you're like, wait a minute.
And then they sent Congress home early. And he was gaslighting us right to our face. Oh, you guys are still talking about that? Yeah. Do you mean the thing that you guys have been talking about for years? That your own director of FBI was talking about for years? That Dan Bongino was talking about for years? That your son was talking about for years? That your son was talking about for years? That you were talking about for years? That J.D. Vance was talking about for years? You mean the thing that all you guys said that you said you were going to get rid of? Yeah, that thing. That's what we're talking about. Oh, what are you still paying attention to that? Yeah.
The truckload of files on what's her name's desk.
Yes, and not only that, James O'Keefe caught Pam Bondi on a hot mic saying to an undercover person that there was tens of thousands of videos of explicit material of kids. Yep. And then they're like, "Oh no, there's no kids." What the fuck? It's like honestly, I think it is one of the biggest political scandals of the modern era. Without a question, it's certainly more scandalous than frickin' Watergate or any of these other things. So It's like you have this massive scandal that got covered up in real time. You got a new war. You got the mass deportations, complete heel turn on that. You got him literally saying out of one corner of his mouth, "I'm going to get the gas prices down. Then gas prices are good. I'm going to get the housing prices down so they're more affordable. But I'm also going to keep the housing prices up." It's like, oh, Kristi Noem is bad. Kristi Noem is the best person to do this job, and now I'm going to move Kristi Noem to a different thing. Howard Lutnick lies, literally under oath, lies to the Congress about his involvement with this guy. Not only that, Thomas Massie passes the Epstein files, and then they come out and say President Trump signed to release the Epstein files because he didn't have a choice, because every single member of Congress, with the exception of one, forced him to, and they take credit for it. No, more than half. Every single member of Congress but one person voted for that.
No. I mean, they released half of the files.
Right. So
that's what they say, half.
Right. And where's the rest of them now?
Exactly.
And now I saw something today. I haven't verified that it's true yet, but they said that they're going to hold off because of the tensions of the war. So it's like,
what does that have to do with anything?
Nothing. That's the whole point. Nothing. Right. Because
there's no war. Dude. There's no war.
There's no war. Right.
Why are they holding it off?
Right.
It doesn't make sense to me.
So if somebody if somebody comes into your front yard and takes a shit on your driveway 150 times in a row, and every person around you says, that's not shit, there's no shit on your driveway, at what point do you say, I'm not going to let this person in here to shit on my driveway anymore? That is shit. I could see it. What, do you have to slip and fall and crack your head open and
I
die?
saw it come out of his ass that time.
Watch it come out of his ass. Here's a video. It's on my Ring camera, right out of his Dirt Star. And Lindsey Graham is on the ground slurping it up, and he's just like, oh, this tastes so great. It's like, and all these people online that are getting paid by the admin that are going to the galas that are jerking off about how great Trump is. They're like, no, he just gave you some chocolate pudding to like enjoy for on a hot afternoon. Like these people are completely full of shit.
Say
and
thank you.
It's embarrassing. They're making us. They're pretending like we're all stupid. Like we all went through this like laborious process of rallying behind the most hyperbolic political candidate of modern times and getting shit on by every person that we know for supporting it and taking all the slings and arrows. And then when it comes out to hold you to account to the thing that you just said 3 months ago, oh, I don't want your support anymore. All right. Well, fuck me then, I guess.
I know, man. I think the last thing I saw where I think he's doing a lot of backpedaling. Trump is,
Right.
I think he was saying, yeah, I just spoke to an old president, ex-president, or whatever, and he said he wishes he would have done it first, bomb Iran, and I think there's only a couple presidents alive,
Right.
so they're like it's not Obama, it wasn't Bush, it wasn't, so it's like, oh man, you got caught fibbing,
Well,
these
now I
little
guess
white
now he's
lies are
friends with
getting
Bill
annoying.
Clinton.
Yeah.
Right.
So
And
maybe
they
it'll go.
didn't all of their offices say that wasn't me?
Yeah, it's like, dude, yeah, it's that's embarrassing.
But that's the whole point, is that like to just pretend like that is not happening is just like
Right.
it's such an affront to just like base level intelligence.
I
It's
have
like,
to think,
okay.
I have to
Yeah,
think, Bobby.
and you're talking Bobby base level, right? I saw something that I think there was a vote that didn't get enough. I don't know if it was Nancy Mace where she was trying to out whatever congressman, all the sexual harassment kind of stuff for everybody, and that didn't even get passed.
Right.
So how do we expect him to pass? The rest of the files.
Right, yeah, but yes, but that is exactly the point, is that they can disrespect your intelligence,
Yeah.
pretend like your support all this time has been for naught. You know how many people probably donated so much money and their heart and soul and went to these rallies to cheer for Trump all this time, and then to have those people look at this stuff now and be like, hey man, like I thought you said no new wars. I thought you said mass deportations. I thought you said Epstein files. And he's like, I don't want your support anymore. And it's like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
I just been doing all this. Okay. Well, what is
Elon-
that? And it's like, it's
Elon
not like
found out.
it's not like we woke up one day and we were like, what would be real great if they released the Epstein file. It's not like we just came up with that like one day. It's like, you said that. That's what you said.
You told
Yeah.
me.
So
It-
you said it. You didn't do it. I'm bad and now these rats are going to come out here in the next couple months and they're going to say, come on, guys. We really got to support. We really got to rally together for the midterms, guys. Lindsey Graham is running up for re-election, guys. We all got to rally together for Lindsey. Fuck you. Like,
That's
fuck
something.
you.
That's something I wanted to bring up. Okay, so they got this SAFE Act that they can't seem to get passed, right? I don't think they want it to pass.
Probably not. Because
Bobby,
it's a scapegoat. Because it's a good thing.
It
It's
is.
an easy thing to blame.
it is, but here's the thing: I don't understand how somebody like Lindsey Graham can continue to get voted in.
Because of Trump.
It doesn't make sense.
Because of Trump, bro.
Trump
Don't you-
isn't voting for him. Trump can vote for him every election. He only counts as one vote.
I'm pretty sure you're intelligent enough for me to not have to explain that he's more than one vote. He's one vote, yes, tangibly, but he's out there rallying for Lindsey Graham, promoting Lindsey Graham, posting about Lindsey Graham on Truth Social, elevating his status, making sure that he gets on Fox News, putting him in front of, say, I love Lindsey, I endorse Lindsey, getting people and all of his donors to go make sure that they spend money to get Lindsey Graham reelected. Lindsey Graham, without Trump, loses in a landslide, and then we're rid of this fat idiot. But
how
instead,
many
it's he is propping him up.
How many sheep sit back and go, yeah, this guy does such an awesome job. Every time we have a chance for war, he's always willing to take us. Good, let me vote for him again. Like,
Yeah, because of Trump, because people are that loyal to Trump that they don't even care. It doesn't, none of it matter. That's the whole point, is that like Trump is literally like single-handedly destroying what would otherwise be a lot of people that just don't like leftist policies. It's like all you have to do is just not be complete dog shit. Like nobody wants DEI, trans in schools, girls competing. Like nobody wants any of that stuff. Like people want free markets. They want people that are in the country to be here legally. They want citizens. They want people to use their ID to vote. Like this is not rocket science stuff. It's like it's very simple. We don't want global warming policies. We don't want everybody to be employed by the government. Yeah, everybody wants that. So if you can't create something that's slightly better than that, then why? The reason is because you promised way more and did the complete opposite of the way more. All you had to do was slightly better than complete shit. But you overpromised, said that all these things were going to happen, heel turned on all of them, and now came out with nothing. The only thing that is better, as far as I can see, with the exception of very few things, is the border itself. But was there a new wall? Is the wall built? Has there been border wall being constructed? Okay, great. So the one thing that they can't reverse with a policy, the border wall, they're not even building that. And they're not even getting the people out that they let in. So it's just articles like they're literally doing nothing. They're literally
doing articles come out saying like, oh yeah, we're not going to build in this section. What do you mean?
Right.
We wanted a wall. At some point, Trump's not going to be president. We need a border wall. The caravans are going to keep coming. As soon as he's out, they're going to keep coming. You guys, I mean, do they really think J.D. Vance is going to win at this point? Do they really think that Rubio stands a chance? Like, no. You fucked up with 2 wars. Like, you went into Venezuela, you went into Iran, and it's probably not going to be the last. They don't stand a chance. We don't want wars. We're sick of it. We had Bill Clinton had wars. George Bush had wars. Obama had wars. Trump cleaned it up, started pulling out, and then Joe Biden, like, kind of just kept status quo. And secretly, we know he was messing around in Ukraine. Come on, let's not be idiots. We've all seen the movies, like you said earlier. And then here we are at war again. Like, dude, we've been so deceived. You tricked me. I voted for you. I told all my friends that they should. I convinced. Not all my friends. I convinced plenty of my friends that you were the guy to vote for. And all you did was shut down the border because ICE isn't doing anything. Who are they deporting? You send out these numbers and, we know they're not true, man. We know they're not true. When you put out that 70% of the illegals getting deported are vicious criminals or whatever the hell they call it, we know it's not true. But it doesn't need, you don't need to lie about the numbers. I don't care if 5% of them are bad criminals. Like, dude, if they're illegal and they got caught, then they get deported. It's always been like that.
Well, I even think that's
new. Just because we used to call it the INS doesn't mean like this is not new. We've been doing it forever. My dad got deported in the 80s, 70s. Multiple times. Uncles deported in the 90s. Like, dude, this is not new. And the Democrats that are like, well, now they're rounding people up. Yeah, they have been for fucking ever. Right. This isn't new. Like, stop bullshitting me.
Sorry, right, but that's the whole point. But again, that is the whole point. If that's been going on, but now they're publicizing it, and that's the justification. What is the justification for stopping the deportations? Oh, it's getting hot. It's too hot now because they're posting about it on the news. They would post about it on the news no matter what it was.
Oh, here's
so
something
if we're taking our marching orders from what they put on CNN, then what good are we?
Here's something I wanted to ask you.
It's fake.
Because we were talking about ICE earlier. The second guy that got shot, I can't remember his name, but the
Alex
guy.
Pretty.
Alex Pretty. Purdy?
Pretty.
Okay. So they said that he was on, he had one of these chats going on, right?
Discord.
No, it wasn't Discord. It was like Telegram or something like that. It was like a chat where they were telling each other where ICE was going to be at, and so the protesters can all get out there and disrupt. What happened with that?
What do you mean? What happened with it?
So you have this chat with all these people that are messing with ICE operations. Last I checked, ICE was federal law enforcement. So you're impeding in federal law enforcement. You're out there doxing law enforcement. Nobody's getting in trouble for that. Like we're just gonna let all these
bro.
we're just gonna let
Bro.
these people come out and incite violence because
Bro.
when it was us, when it was the right side, and they were out inciting violence, they went to prison. And then now these Democrats come out and they're like, no, we got to go out, we got to stop them. If you can get, they're literally inciting violence, and no, they succeeded. They're no longer operating in Minnesota. They've slowed it way down. We're not talking about it anymore. It's all a game.
Dude, if somebody could be best friends with Jeffrey Epstein for a decade plus, be his number one financial benefactor, be named in the FBI files as a co-conspirator, have his name redacted, get caught 7 years later, if they can't pursue that guy, what are they going to do with a guy in a Telegram chat?
You just figure
Is this surprising? Is this surprising? Is this
somebody's
surprising?
got to get in trouble.
Who's going to get in trouble? They're not going.
I don't know.
Nobody's going to get in trouble for nothing. That's the whole point. They completely
know.
gassed all of us, and it's complete horseshit. Nobody's going to get held accountable for nothing. I remember when they told us that they were going to hold Hunter Biden accountable. The other day they were like, "Oh, we were going to find out who had the cocaine in the White House." They're not going to find shit. They're not going to
like to rile you up.
Nobody got prosecuted. Nobody got prosecuted on the Russia collusion bullshit, the Clinton cover-up stuff. None of that. All the different things that they pulled on Trump, and then the best they can come up with is what? And Anthony Fauci. I didn't see Anthony Fauci get held accountable for anything.
No, so he got pardoned.
Bobby, nobody cared that Hunter was doing coke in the White House. We didn't care that he was living a party life. It was the special treatment he got with Burisma. Getting a job that he shouldn't have got because
how about getting a gun when he's high on crack and throwing it out in a dumpster and lying about it? How about that? Mm-hmm. I mean, how about lying on a firearm for not paying your taxes? How about that?
So I was trying to cue you up for something that I saw you talking about with Don Jr. Getting on a certain board before the war started. Now he's making, shot up 50% in profits.
Yeah.
It's a game. And nobody's upset about Don Jr. Nobody's upset about Trump's kids getting special treatment. What was it about
if they're not, that's what, dude, if they're not upset about a global child pedophile ring, what are they going to be upset about Donald Trump Jr. making money? That's the whole point. This is what I'm trying to say. It's like, we're talking, yeah, of course they should be pissed off about both of those things. But it's like if a person sits here and like steals the mail out of my mailbox, but also lights my house on fire. If I'm not mad that you lit the house on fire, then how could I be expected to be mad about you stealing shit out of my mailbox? They lit the house on fire. We're looking at it all burning to the ground, and people are like, "Nah, it's cool." It's like, all right. So then anything that takes second tier to that, third tier, 100th tier, we can't be surprised that they don't care about that. And that is the whole point. That is the whole problem with the most blatant and obvious largest thing being pushed to the side and not mattering. It's like we're worried about Doge because there's all this fraud. Who got arrested for the fraud that was in Doge? Zero people. Zero people got arrested for the fraud that was in Doge. Why did we have Doge? Oh, I don't know, because we're freaking broke. And what are we doing? Spending $1 billion a day to bomb Iran. So
There's
it's
no
like they don't give
accountability.
a shit about Doge. Every single dollar that was saved by Doge is blown in 3 weeks in this war. So what good was it?
And there's no accountability anywhere.
Right. So it's
With anything.
the whole thing is a farce, and it's a laughable display, and like and it's like it just all seems for naught. But again, if you can't get the average citizen to be like, yeah, it's kind of weird how they covered up these files that they said they were going to release. It's like, oh, they said they were going to do mass deportations. They don't appear to be doing them really. If you can't get people to see the things that are the biggest and the most obvious, that are completely diametrically opposed from what they said 12 months ago, if we can't get them to think about that, then every other subsequent issue beneath that, it's like a waste of time. It's like I made that video about Don Jr. because I just wanted to have it on the record that I see this and no one will give a shit. But I'm not surprised they don't give a shit because they don't give a shit about the house being on fire. So that's just, you're stealing something out of my front yard.
Bobby, you're that guy at the airport going, they're getting away with this, and you guys, it's not fucking anybody's day up. Like we're all just gonna be cool with pedophiles in the Congress or Senate, wherever it is. It's
That's the whole, exactly. But again, it's like it's like I'm bad for seeing.
correlating,
Yep.
putting
Like,
data
oh,
together. 13%.
It's like, oh, sorry, I see the thing that you saw
Right.
12 months ago, but I'm bad now. I'm a black pillar. It's like, shut
Yeah.
Well, all these things disappear, Bobby. It's there's no accountability. With Epstein, obviously we've been waiting, dude. I remember my brother telling me about Lolita Express before Donald Trump was even president the first time.
Same with me.
Yeah, like
Alex Jones talked about it. in,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
2013.
Yeah, exactly. And people are, they're figuring this out in like what 2020. Like you fucking figured it out, and then, very early on we saw Diddy got picked up, went to prison, and they were supposed to get him for messing, child trafficking, and then now he's out. They didn't prosecute him for that. They
Diddy
got
is out? No, he's not.
No,
Isn't he? Like, didn't they?
no, I think they
drop
just 4
charges?
years.
No, he got like 5 years.
5 years when
Yeah.
he was allegedly messing with kids.
Well, dude, if all those
I didn't
guys
see
on the
any record. I didn't
those
see
guys
any-
on the Nickelodeon documentary, dude, they went to Disney. they would touch the kids in Nickelodeon, get slapped on the wrist by the system, and now the guy's working at Disney with Zach and Cody. So yeah, these guys are out there, and there's a
It's like they have their club. A lot of them are in it, and nobody wants to bring it down.
No, people do want to bring it down, and we are being called black pill grifter losers for it.
Yeah, we talk
No, there's plenty of people that want to bring it down, but they're trying to pretend like we are bad for acknowledging the thing that we all agreed on 12 months ago.
Here's what I mean, Bobby. The people that can do something about it
Yeah.
won't do anything about it.
Yeah, not if we don't freak out because they didn't, but we all elected them to do that. That's the whole point. But if you're going to sit there and make a video about how Trump is so great and he has a 500-foot cock because you like some bullshit ass policy that he made yesterday, or some dumbass video that he posted on Truth Social of some hype video of somebody of blowing down the door of some Iranian or whatever, if you're going to sit there and cheer this dude while simultaneously letting them get away with all this other shit, then fuck you. Like, fuck you. I'm the black pill. Fuck you. You're meat riding the admin for what? To make money? To be part of the tribe? You're a fucking liar. This shit is so obvious. And and you're gonna call us bad for acknowledging it? You could just say it's good. Hey,
Exactly.
this is good. These things are good. No, it's good. But you're going to gaslight me directly to my face and pretend like I'm bad for seeing the thing that you saw, that you are now, for whatever reason, pretending is not occurring? Like, watching Dan Bongino is the most laughable shit imaginable. I watch him, I hate watch him in the morning, and I'm like, This dude is like absolutely delusional. It's like complete boomer Fox News slop running the same thing that he ran before he was in the FBI, before Trump got in office, pretending like all of us just were in a time capsule for the last 13 months. And he's like, oh, these grifter losers. It's like, you're the grifter, bro. You're the guy. You're the guy that said the thing and went in and didn't do the thing and then came out and said and ran the same playbook. You're a Fed dude. You're the Fox News guy. You're the boomer slob. You are the slob. And we're all bad. Fuck you. I can't stand these people. And it's just mad funny at this point because it's like all the people that have just self-worth that are watching this shit happen, all of them, I would like to believe, are being incensed by this. And when the dust settles and we get smoked in the midterms and it comes time for 28 and they all come groveling back to try to rally us to say, aren't the Dems bad? Can't have the Dems in there. We're gonna have trans kids walking down the street. When they come and do that, I think all the real heads that saw all this stuff play out, they're going to be like, no. And what that is going to mean, if the world goes in the way that I think it probably should or whatever, is it's going to make way for the GOP establishment as it sits now to be completely replaced with America Firsters. And in the event that does not happen, then in a lot of ways, we're no worse off having a Democrat in there. Because if you're not doing America first, then what are we supporting? Slightly better than complete bullshit? For what? We're going to donate and rally and campaign and all this for that? For what? For nothing better? For what it's worth, you mentioned Fuentes earlier. One of the things that he talks about, which I think happens to be true, is he's just like the whole thing. Like people talk about like the power that be needs to like come down. It's like, yeah, all the vast majority of people that are doing things the way they've always been done, of which the GOP is a perfect representation of that. It needs to be replaced with people that actually hold America first, not just say it, but actually do. And when Trump is no longer the leader of the party, who is going to fill that gap? It's going to be J.D. Vance, the guy that was right-hand man to all this shit happening, that sat there and watched all this stuff happen. He's the guy. Or Marco Rubio, who Trump called Miriam Adelson's good little puppet. He's the guy that leads us to America first. How? So it's like people say, like the question you asked before, like, what do we do? It's like, this is what we do. We share far and wide as loud as we can that we're not going to sit here and deep throat all of this bullshit for the next 4 years. Because if you want to pretend that voting doesn't matter, then why are they trying to get us to vote for them if it doesn't matter? Mm-hmm. So there's going to come a time that they're going to need our support once again. And what that support and what is a requirement in order to earn that support will be determined by the amount of people that listen to, share, encourage, and whatever the America First mentality from now until then. And you want to know what you got to do? That. Talk about it, be about it, share about it, communicate about it. Don't just sit there and be like, Trump's great, our guy's in there. The left is bad. It's like better than Kamala. It's like shut.
No, see, this is a thing that we are really proud of here at Latino Free Minds. We are, hey, we were kind of cheerleaders at the beginning because we were excited that we thought things were going to get done, and we saw some things were getting done. We're like, hey, yeah, that's awesome. And then it started, and Christian and I started joking about it. Like, yeah, it's not happening. We would joke about these things that are not moving, and we just start like, it becomes like, wait a minute, this is not good. We don't care about left, right, red, blue. It's like we expected a fighter. We want a fighter, and if you ain't gonna fight for us, then get out the way. Just resign. And let the next guy go in that's going to give us a chance. And for us, at least, we're so focused right now on a local level here in California because, it's like our influence is small. But if we can push anything here at a local level, and hopefully it starts to move up the chain. And I talk to folks here and there, and it's like, man, it's just all these older folks that don't want to get out the way, they keep pushing people to vote for these people that just want the same thing. We need to get these younger people in there that are like, no, this has happened long enough, and we're sick of it. And I just see this letter that I talked about earlier with the Groypers, and I'm like, you're just trying to shut the young movement up. You're trying to shut the people that got Donald Trump elected, the people that Charlie Kirk helped rise up, these Gen Zers. You're just trying to shut them up. That's my opinion.
Well, the age is not even what's important. It's simpler than that. You just have to be America first.
I just think
That's
that
it.
there's
all you
a
gotta do.
generational thing. And I see it here.
Yes, but that's not the metric. It's not like we got to get the old guys out to get the young people in. There's plenty of idiot young people,
Yes, plenty of
MAGA
people.
slop guzzlers. It's not about that. It's about America
qualified.
first. You just have to believe in America first. You have to believe in the thing that they said. You have to want that. We should take care of America first. We should stop prioritizing other countries' interests. We should stop meddling in foreign affairs and sending our money overseas. We should balance the budget here, maybe. Maybe we should stop spending so much money and borrowing so much money. Maybe we should take the money that we're investing into every country in the world and we should maybe put it into America. Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should prioritize the things that are going to be important for America.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's like, it's not even that hard. That's it. And that's the thing, is that's what they said they were going to do, but they're not. So it's like, okay, well, you had it right. So it's like you actually make me more angry because that's what you said and you didn't do it. It'd be one thing if you had dog shit policies, but you did the dog shit policies as long as they were better than the left. But you had good policies, but then you just didn't do them. You lied about them. In fact, you did the opposite, which is even worse.
Yeah. Yep.
Sorry, this stuff gets me so worked up. Like I'm sure people that don't know who I am, they watch this and they're like, "Yo, this dude's mad angry." It's like it's just very like when you stack it all together, you're like I go online every day and I just can't help but look and see like they think that I and people that are caring about this, these are the bad people, and it's just like when the world is so inverted like that, it just makes you freak out because you've watched it and you just can't help but think, how is this possible? How could you have sat there and said, you and I, our interests are aligned and we see the same thing and we're all President Trump. We are all there. And now when the thing that was said, the thing that we both wanted didn't happen, I go, why isn't it happening? And you go, it doesn't matter that it's not happening. Like, oh,
Exactly.
all right. Well, it fooled me, I guess.
We're gonna vote for him again the third time, the fourth time.
Yeah, they want him in again. Exactly. So
Yeah. And if you're watching and you're like, man, I thought you guys were MAGA guys, that Latino free minds. You know what? I'll tell you something. I am America first. I am make America great again. The problem is they went off the rails. It wasn't us. We didn't go off the rails. Like we didn't one day wake up and you know, you say we didn't just wake up and want the Epstein stuff to like somebody be held accountable. We didn't just wake up one day and say, I don't want somebody to be held accountable. It's fine. Let's move on. Like, no, we still have those. We still have that. We still want that done. So, yeah, no, we didn't change. It's like you said that these Donald Trump writers that whatever he wants them to do, they just follow. And you know, we're the ones that are watching. Like, hold on, wait a minute, man. We wanted these things done. And they're not getting done, and they're probably not going to get done. And instead, whatever agenda that they've been given, whether it's come from you know, our greatest ally, I honestly don't think it is coming from our greatest ally. I think Trump is just, I don't know. Maybe it's his circle. I don't know. But whatever he's doing ain't what we voted for. And he knows it. Bobby, he knows that we didn't want this crap.
yeah.
He's not an idiot. He can go. He would go out there and talk about it for almost 2 hours. This isn't
Yes.
written down. This was on the top of his head.
Yes. That's why we're so upset about it.
Man,
That's the whole point. Yeah, I know.
I feel like he finally gets it. No, I got it the whole time. I just,
No, I know. I'm not saying that you finally get it. I'm just saying, like, yeah, dude, I know. That's exactly right. Yeah, it's really annoying. It's very annoying, especially when, like, dude, when I had my first video go viral, which was in 2020, I paid attention to politics, what I consider to be more than the average bear. I listened to a couple hours of political podcasts a week. I paid attention. I read some articles here and there. And I would consider myself at that time to be more politically informed than, I would say, 75% of the people that I knew. Right? I'm like, listen to a couple hours of political. A lot of people just don't do politics at all. They pay attention in the month before the election, and that's that. But I was listening to political podcasts on a Monday in July. That's what I was doing. And I was like, I'm informed. And when my first video went viral in August of 2020, I started paying attention 7 days a week.
Yeah.
A couple hours a day to then 5 hours a day. And now it's all I look at all the time. When I'm not in doing leisure, that is what I focus the majority of my waking hours doing, is just looking at it, analyzing it, trying to understand it, trying to say that if I'm going to put my voice behind a microphone and talk about this thing, that I need to know what's going on, especially if I'm going to have forceful opinions, especially if I'm going to be convincing, especially if I'm going to come from a place of any deserving of someone to listen to it. So once I started listening to it 30, 40, 50 hours a week and started watching it, and then started making videos of it. And then there's this track record, a trail that I have to feel comfortable that if you play a video back from me 13 months ago or 18 months ago, that you're not going to be able to do some super cut of me saying X and then saying Y 5 months later. And I take a lot of pride in that, knowing that that's not the case. And in order to have that be the case, you have to work very hard. You have to be very diligent to not flip-flop on that stuff. And it's like, when you pay attention that much and you focus that much more than other people that go to work 9 to 5, which is totally justified and reasonable to do. This is my job, whatever you want to call it, calling, whatever. It's like when I pay attention to it that much and put my face behind my position over this long span of time, and if you play back something that I said 18 months ago versus something that I said today, and the president of the United States, the leader of the free world, can't even do that in the same meeting, in the same quarter, in the same year, in the same 2 years. And and then I'm going to get chastised for not just cheering for that. And then I look at all these things 1,000 times, and then 99% of the people that comment back at me don't pay attention to it nearly as much. That's fine. It's fine that they don't, but they will be so upset and incensed and say, fuck you, when they don't even look at it, when they don't even want to pay attention to it, when they'll still cheer for Trump and not even acknowledge any of the things that I said. Were they wrong? Did he not say this and do this? So it's like, there's just this, and then those people get fed red meat of all these other people are our enemy by the likes of Dan Bongino and all these other creators that are getting paid by the admin, all these huge accounts like your Gunther Eagleman and people like that on X. They're just like reposting slop all day. And it's like they've successfully convinced the people that don't have enough time to pay attention because they have larger accounts, that us, the people that are smaller, that are just seeing the thing that they all said that they used to see, we are now bad. And it's like, okay, so then what is the movement? What is MAGA anyways? What are we fighting for?
You know, the fact that they haven't come out kind of makes me wonder. Is he in them?
The fact that what hasn't come out.
The Epstein files. Come on. The fact that the fact that they won't drop the other half.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
If you're not going to release them, you're making us suspicious. Maybe he's in them. What?
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to say it. He's never invited me to the White House. He's not invited me to Mar-a-Lago. And quite frankly, I don't really care. I can't afford to go. So, hey, let's just be honest. He's probably in them. And if he's not, then just release them. I don't know. That's just my thing. I don't know.
Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. It doesn't even matter. If you're in them, then you deserve to go to fucking prison. And all the people that are in them are not in them. The fact that they're not releasing them when they said that they would is horseshit. And to pretend that it's not, you're a dishonest person. Like you're a dishonest person. I'm not saying that Trump should release him because I have some vendetta against Trump or that I want Trump to go to jail. If he's in there and he did something credible, then yeah, he should be investigated. And if he did do something and they prove that, then yeah, he should go to jail just like anybody else. But this is not like it's not about, and that's what's so funny is they think that this is like some vendetta that we have against Trump. And it's like, no, it's the opposite of that. You think we have a vendetta against Trump because you have an affinity for Trump. You are accusing of what you have the opposite of. You think Trump is God. That's why you think that we want to have a vendetta against Trump, because you think that the everything he touches is gold. And a lot of us, we're willing to pretend and live in that delusional reality under the sheer idea that this is different. It would be good if he could do these things. And on top of all that, we won't know unless we give him a chance. And we all did that. And we all did everything we were supposed to do. We gave him the mandate. We gave him the votes. We gave him the House. We gave him the everything. The popular vote, the swing states, the money, the campaigns, the support, the merch, the hats, the ostracize yourself from your social situations, the losing your job. Everybody did that.
Yeah.
And then at the end of it all, oh, you care about this? I don't want your support. I know I said no new wars, except for this war. Oh, you're not a patriot. Mark Levin is the patriot. Okay. So, okay. By the way, all these people that supported me all this time, you're a traitor. Marjorie Taylor Greene, you're a traitor. If you asked me 1 year ago, who is Donald Trump's primary supporter in the halls of government, I would have said Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you're a traitor. A traitor. The legal ramifications of being a traitor is a person who commits treason, which means a person who deserves to be killed, murdered by the government, executed. You're a traitor.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? It's like, you're my best friend, my number one supporter, now you're a traitor? All right, well, what the fuck are we doing? So it's like, bro has no loyalty. The only thing he cares about is brown nosers. He surrounds himself with Mark Levin and Lindsey Graham. Like, his best friend is Lady G. They play golf together. Like, it's too funny. It's too funny how stupid it is. Let's just leave it at that.
Exactly. So, Bobby, where can everybody find you? If in case they're pretending like they don't already know who you are.
Yeah, it's just go to followbobby.com. All my links are there. Take naps on Instagram. But followbobby.com is where all my links are at. bobbysauce.com for the merch, and that's all my stuff. Followbobby.com.
Bobby, I knew it was going to happen, and I appreciate that you brought all that heat.
Yeah, I kind of went nuts here today.
No,
Yeah.
It's something that I'm sure our listeners are like waiting for. Like, man, you guys are putting off the talking about the Epstein stuff, and it's not that we don't want to talk about it. I do, but we've been so focused on California. So when Daniel was like, "Hey, we're gonna get Bobby on, Bobby Sauce," I'm like, "Ooh." It's going to get spicy. And I'm glad it did.
Yeah.
I appreciate you bringing the heat.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, this is, to me, I believe that the only reason that anybody listens to anybody, the only reason that anybody follows anybody is because they believe that the message that they want to hear is not being properly fulfilled by the existing marketplace. So the reason that people will listen to you, or the reason that people will listen to me, is because nobody is speaking for them the way that they want. And it's not that I represent everybody. It's just that, like, I am like this because if I wasn't like this, I would be yelling at my phone because nobody was like this.
Yeah.
And it's not that I'm the only person freaking out. It's just that this is my own flavor of freak out. But
well, a lot of people are afraid to talk.
Right.
They really are.
So I will go absolutely ape like about this stuff, because if I didn't, I don't know what I would do. Like, yell it at my friends at, like, the, you know what I mean, at the bar, be like, you don't understand, Lindsey Graham's a piece of shit. It's like, what can you do? So that is why this has become a helpful outlet for me to vent all of these things. And I do wish that more people would find a way to do the same in whatever they feel, whether it be make a podcast like this, like you guys did, whether it be write articles, whether it be make a podcast, whether it be record a video, whether it be write it by hand in calligraphy and take a picture of it. I don't know. I don't care. But people just need to understand that if you don't participate to the conversation, then you're going to get bent over and plunged just like everybody else is, because they're just going to keep getting away with this stuff. And the more people that don't say anything, the more likely it is that they'll continue to do it.
Well, we appreciate you coming on, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, don't take it lightly. You got to start talking. You got to start telling people how you really feel about it.
True that.
Because really, there's not many people that are going to disagree with you on this one. There's not, because nobody likes the diddlers, nobody likes the chomos, nobody likes these people. Like we aren't down with people messing with kids. Nobody's down with it. So
Yeah,
don't be afraid to, like, hey,
that should be the bare minimum.
Don't you think it's crazy that this is happening? And I guarantee you the person's gonna be like, yeah, what the hell's going on, man? It's just, maybe not at work, but outside of work.
Do it at work. Well, thank you guys very much. I appreciate you having me, and keep up the good work, guys, and
Thank you,
keep
Bobby.
at it.
Thank you so much, Bobby. Ladies and gentlemen, good night. Thank you so
Nice
much
to meet
for
you guys.
tuning in.
Bye.